We now return to Let's Play Harvest Moon. So I did not actually do any recording over the Thanksgiving holiday, so we are picking up right where I left off, which means that there is going to be pretty much the same of everything. So if you get bored easily, I would recommend skipping this episode. Now, we might actually have corn today. Wouldn't that be exciting? Today's excitement will be corn. Possibly. What that also means is that we're going to have a little bit of a hectic day. Maybe not so bad, because I might, what with all the crops being gone, it might not be so bad at all. Although the corn ones are pretty full still, I believe, and it might have some grass ready. Oh, there we go. That one that I missed out on. Okay, we'll see how far I can get in a day. I do still need to do my chickens. I really need to get in the habit of doing the chickens first, since time stands still when you are inside the barn. It is much, much easier to do that. And unfortunately, this has kind of shown that we're going to have this cycle now be a regular thing, seeing as how both the tomatoes and the corn regrow in 3-day increments. So this is going to be kind of a hectic summer. At the end of it, okay, we're at noon. We definitely should be able to finish off the rest of these, provided there are no other surprises. So really, these next couple episodes are just going to be me running back and forth. I will do a little bit off-screening for the future episodes, but I'm almost thinking that maybe this series is going to have to take a different turn. I do want to finish the game, but I think it's going to take me a bit longer than otherwise it would, because essentially once we've reached all my early goals, i.e. gotta run, getting the house, getting married, all that stuff, I think that it's pretty much going to be boring, just same old, especially since I do plan on getting all of the secrets and whatnot within the first year, if I can. I mean, obviously some of them are actually timed so that you can't. They only take place in the second year. But I do kind of want to get all that done, because once we're married, as I've said before, I can only stay out until until the guy picks up, and then your wife becomes less happy with you as you stay out. And that happiness basically translates into, I think, having kids. Again, we're kind of far away from that too, because I need to have that second house in order to have children. So, definitely going to be doing that in the fall. Nice. So, we're going to have like, what? Let's find out. Oh, wow. Gonna have way more money. So we'll have over 10 grand right now. That's good. So I definitely have enough for the sprinkler, definitely have enough for the feather, and potentially I will also have time for, or money for, an upgrade by the end of the summer. I don't know. I've got a little bit more money than I'd actually expected to have, which is fine. Not sure when the events occur that the earthquake happens and unlocks the spring over here on the left. All my golden tools are kind of waiting here, and I don't know. I need that to crack open the chicken so that I can get the power berry inside that statue. A lot of things still going on. I don't think in the past I ever got this far ahead. Mostly because I didn't really, the internet was still fledgling, and I didn't really know strategies and how to play. So I basically just played how I went. Well, you know, and I didn't know all the secret stuff in behind there either, so I didn't know how to prepare for that ahead of time, because I didn't even know the mechanics. Which was, you know, it was a simpler time back in the heyday of 8-bit and 16-bit games, because there was a lot of that stuff that the developers kept hidden. Okay, so I'm going to pause here and do nightly watering. That means we're going to have another crop of corn tomorrow, because I planted these a day apart, so we'll have another tomato and corn crop, and it's probably going to be this whole middle section, which, I don't know, we've got quite a bit of stuff over here, so we might be in a little bit of a hurry. But anyway, I'll pause here. Alright, so that's done. I'm going to go to bed. Okay, where are we at here? 15th of summer. 10 grand. So, Wednesday, I'll definitely have enough. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'll be able to get that feather, and then the next day I'll be able to get the sprinkler. A bit of a hiccup there. So, as I was kind of getting at, I think for this series, I'm going to have to space out the episodes, which means that I'm going to need a second series to be going, and that's fine because I've already got one in mind, but this has just taken far too long. If I was just doing this day after day, just a pure recording, I would not be concerned about it at all. However, since it is basically just this, I couldn't see myself doing this for 100 episodes, or however long it would be, recording that, because that would be boring to watch and boring to record. So I'm going to have to skip days, but like I said, one thing that has just become a problem is that skipping days means I still have to play the game. And so I'm still spending hours playing the game even if I'm not recording it. And obviously that takes time, because I'm used to just basically spending 40 minutes to an hour every night recording a few episodes, getting those rendered and ready, and then the next night I repeat. And so I'm able to maintain a steady pace of episodes coming out. This is not... I mean, when I've basically played enough time to go through 3-4 episodes, obviously that's just not sustainable. So it's going to be a little bit of a conundrum. I might not actually get this one. These ones are far away. As soon as that sun turns, that's 3 o'clock. So yeah, the series might slow down a bit, but I do intend to finish it, especially near the end of the game, when I'm really... I mean, I guess I could start skipping days. I'm not sure what the money threshold is to get the money ending. Maybe I should have just left this field. We'll find out here. Yeah, shit. Alright. Let's go take care of those eggs. And we'll just have a weird, wonky crop now. I thought that was going to be a little bit of a problem. You know, I'm going to have to look at how much a chicken sells for. It might actually be better just to keep putting eggs down, getting chicks, and then as soon as they turn into a chicken, just keep one chicken to produce eggs, but then sell the rest. That way I don't have to go through my feed quite so much. Of course, by the time fall and winter come around, I'm going to want all those animals, but maybe that's a strategy for spring and summer, because then it allows me to have those 3 seasons of basically harvesting, you know, all this stuff, harvesting feed, and then I would not spend it until the fall. So that might be a thing that I can do. I don't know. I don't know what the optimal strategy is, but it seems to me like that would be a good idea. Of course, a better idea might just be running my ass over there to deal with the animals first, and that way I can still throw crops in the box up until the guy comes. I don't know. Oh. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I guess I'm gonna have to come up here again anyway. I'm not gonna be able to water all my crops. I'd actually just come up here for some flowers so I could take them to Eve. I don't really need to be doing this every night. We are at 5 hearts, and I don't know how quickly that dwindles. But just because this is going to be the weekend when all this stuff happens in the game, I want to maintain all this relationship and keep it going. Just make sure. I mean, I still have 15 days. I'm not going to do it this summer. I still want to finish that off. But, you know. Okay. Well, I know it's a kind of a short episode to be cutting these things out, and maybe I could go through 3 days. But really, now we're just in a cycle where this stuff is going to happen every day, because the crops are going to regrow by the time tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be the tomatoes, this batch of tomatoes right down here, and then the next day it should cycle back to the tomatoes and the corn, and we're just going to keep going and going and going, and that's how that's going to go. So, haven't gotten any more of those. Basically, I guess I'll just keep playing until something happens, and then yeah, we're gonna have to think about starting another series here to fill in the time, and just have this going as a separate thing that might happen every other day. Having that buffer of 2 episodes really does help me, but well, what can you do? God, that sucks. Having the horse is going to make this completely obsolete, because I can just bring the horse to the center of my fields and toss it in the saddlebag. We can make a much larger farm doing that. But, God. So that basically means these 4, because I timed this, or at least as I wrote it down, I timed it so that these would all finish their harvests on the last day of the season. So these are probably not going to be done in that time, which kind of sucks, but well, what are you going to do? Anyway, I'm going to end this one here. I'm going to spend a little time watering as usual, and I will see you next time.